Was Muhammad the best man of Islam who dealt justly with his wives? Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 3, Book 47, Hadith 755. Reported Urwa that Aisha said, the Prophet's wives were in two parties. First group included Aisha, Hafsa, Safiya and Sauda, and the other group included Salama and the rest of the wives of Allah's Apostle. All the Muslims knew that Allah's Messenger idolized and adored Aisha, so if any of them liked to deliver a gift and wished to give it to Allah's Messenger, he would hold over sending it, until Allah's Prophet had moved towards to Aisha's house, and then he would deliver his gift to Allah's Messenger in Aisha's home. The side of Salama discussed the matter meeting together and decided that Salama should request Allah's Messenger to tell the Muslims to send their gifts to him in whatever wife's house he is in. Salama told Allah's Apostle of what they were asking for and what they said, but he did not reply. Then they, the team of Salama, asked Salama about it. She said, he did not reply or answer and did not say anything to me. They asked her to try talking to him again. She talked to him again when she met him on her date, but he ignored her and gave no reply. When they asked her, the group of Salama, she replied that he had given no reply. They said to her, keep asking him until he gives you a response. And when it was her turn, she talked to him again. He, Muhammad, said to her, do not harm me regarding Aisha, as the divine inspirations do not come to me on any dress except the dress of Aisha. With that answer Salama said, I do repent to Allah for hurting you. Then the group of Salama called Fatima, the daughter of Allah's Apostle, and asked her to go to him and sent her to Allah's Apostle to say to him, your wives request to apply to them and the daughter of Abu Bakr on equal terms. Then Fatima delivered the message to him. The Prophet said, O my daughter, don't you love whom I love? Fatima replied in the positive, and went back and told them of the circumstance. However, the group of Salama asked her to go to him again, but she rejected. They later sent Zainab bint Jahsh, who went to him and used harsh words, saying to Muhammad, your wives demand you to apply to them with the daughter of Ibn Abu Quhafa, Aisha, on equal rights. It followed that she raised her voice and yelling at Aisha to her face so much, so that Allah's Apostle looked at Aisha to see whether she would reverse the attack. Subsequently Aisha started yelling to Zainab until she silenced her. The Prophet then looked at Aisha and said, she is for sure the daughter of Abu Bakr. 1 Muhammad did not practice his God's law for sure. Quran 4:12-9 says, you will not be able to deal equally in justice between your wives, does not matter how you try to do so. 2 This is a living example of how ugly it is to have more than one wife. 3 This shows how the wives are gathered in groups, as if it's two armies. 4 What about the kids? Will they then go in groups and hate each other? 5 The wives are not asking too much of Muhammad. I wonder if a woman came to Muhammad complaining about her husband doing the same as Muhammad was doing, I am sure Muhammad would ask the man to deal fairly and justly. But Muhammad will not. 6 Notice also how they are acting around him, as if they are cats. When one of them, Salama, opened her mouth, she said, do not hurt me. Regarding Aisha, this scared the hell out of her, for he said clearly that this was hurting him, not Aisha. She answered like a poor cat, I do repent to Allah for hurting you. 7 The wives keep trying to make him change his mind. This is telling us how extremely angry they are, because all the money and gifts are going to Aisha's house only, which is unfair. 8. The Muslims were playing an evil role too. They waited until Muhammad was in Aisha's house, because they knew if they sent the gift to any of the other wives' houses, Aisha would open the doors of hell on them. They totally understood that she was in control. To avoid her wrath, they sent their gifts to Aisha's in order to get the benefit of the gift in full. 9. This means that Muhammad was favoring Aisha above the others, because she was the youngest, his child wife. It was so clear to all the Muslims around. It was not just inside the walls of his house, but it was widespread knowledge. 10. Then we ask ourselves, how seriously unfair was Muhammad with the other wives, to the point that all Muslims, with no exception, sent their gifts to Aisha's home only? 11. When the other wives, through Salama, asked him for fair treatment, why did it take him forever to answer their request? Don't they even deserve an answer? 12. Muhammad was watching Aisha and Hafsa fighting. While watching, he looked at Aisha as giving her the green light to do the attack. It's so clear that Aisha was a big-mouth woman to the point it says she silenced her. 13. After that, Muhammad insulted Hafsa by saying to Aisha, she is really the daughter of Abu Bakr, which means she is really good. Abu Bakr is his best friend and partner in the Islam Corporation. 14. Even his daughter Fatima, the one the Shia claim is the only real daughter of Muhammad, couldn't help. On top of that, he said, don't hurt me. Regarding Aisha, for I never received the Quran but in her dress. The Muslims try to make the word dress mean Aisha's house, but when they say this, it means that Muhammad never received the Quran in the house of Khadija. This would mean that he lied. They do not like to envision their prophet wearing women's dresses, even though their many hadiths are reporting it. Let's accept their position that the word dress means the house of Aisha, but this means that all the revelations Muhammad received when he was married to Khadija were lies. This is especially condemning, because at that time Muhammad only had Khadija as a wife,